we've been doing our Planted series looking at the fruits of the Spirit. We've looked so far at love, joy, peace and patience, and today we're looking at kindness. I just want to split off into our groups quickly and we will discuss what is kindness and why does it reflect the fruit of the Spirit. Kindness is defined in the dictionary as the quality of being friendly, generous and considerate. Colossians 3:12 tells us to clothe ourselves in compassion, in kindness, humility, gentleness and patience. It was always God's intention that we would reflect these virtues. When we're kind to others, it makes them happy. But there are some kinds of kindness which, if you've heard the phrase, you've got to be cruel to be kind, they seem very unfair at the time, but they are for the benefit, such as ending a bad relationship. The kindness here is shown in the intention, not in the action. Kindness can be shown in lots of different forms. It can be words that are spoken, a small action like giving up a seat on a bus, or a big action like a bone marrow transplant or an organ donation. Galatians 5:13 says, "You, my brothers and sisters, were called to be free. But do not use this freedom to indulge the flesh, rather to serve one another humbly in love." God chose to give you the ability to be kind, to demonstrate his love through actions. But you have free will. It's your choice how you act, and all of your decisions and actions, they shape who you are. Positive acts and experiences teach you just as much as negative acts and experiences do. And we need both of them in our lives to fully desire to have those virtues. Until you've experienced cruelty, you don't understand the need for kindness. I just want us to go into our groups again. And this time, I want you to think, do you think that we are instinctively kind? And do you think that kindness can change the world? Proverbs 12:25 says that anxiety in a man's heart weighs him down, but a good word makes him glad. And Mother Teresa said that kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless. Being kind not only makes us feel good, but it has serious consequences on the world around us. I have two stories that I want to read you that can demonstrate this. An old man was walking on the beach one morning after a storm. In the distance he could see someone moving like a dancer. As he came closer he saw that it was a young woman, that she was picking up starfish and gently throwing them into the ocean. "Young lady, why are you throwing starfish into the ocean?" And she said, "The sun is up, the tide is out, and if I don't throw them back into the ocean then they will surely die." "But young lady, do you not realise that there are many miles of beach and thousands of starfish? You can't possibly make a difference." The young woman had listened patiently. She picked up another starfish, threw it into the ocean and said, "It made a difference to that one." Another story is about Don Ritchie. He's a man who lived in Australia and he lived near a cliff. And he had what some people would call an unusual hobby. He would spend most of his day looking out of his window and basically people watching. And it turns out that where he lived was actually somewhat of a suicide hotspot. Now, over the 50 years that he lived there, he would watch out of his window as his hobby, and if he saw somebody coming up to the cliff that he thought they look a little bit troubled, he would walk up to them and say, "Can I help you? Are you okay?" He was accredited after he died in 2012 for saving 164 lives. That's not the total number that he saved, that's just the ones he was credited for saving. One man's action of walking up to someone and saying, "Are you okay?" saved lives. Don't wait until somebody is nearing towards the edge to ask them if they're okay. If you see someone who is troubled, whether you know them, whether they're a stranger, whether you have just come in passing with them, Asking if they're okay, genuinely listening and wanting to be there for them could absolutely change their life. One small act, doing your best and genuinely caring for others, does save lives. Don't be afraid to ask a stranger if they're okay. Trust that instinctive concern for others will help them. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Kindness isn't easy, but it is always right. And the Dalai Lama said, be kind whenever possible. And it's always possible. I just want to play this song, Be a Light by Thomas Rhett, and I want you to really listen to it. I want you to maybe pray or draw or write something down if it comes to you. And when we're finished, and we're going to go into our groups and we're just going to spend some time together. We're going to be kind to one another. And then your last question is, how can you be kind this week? And then we're going to finish by praying.